Welcome back to another video. In this video I'm going to be going over a few more material instances I made already, and I'm going to be adding some other game um, mechanics that my game needs, like such as being able to apply damage with that line trace system I made for my gun to these enemies, and I'm going to switch out this level transition box to collision box. Once entered opens up a widget, and then through that widget that opens up you'll be able to quit game or go to next level, continue the game, stuff like that. And I'll also be adding a crosshair to the first person player so you can aim better. So I'll go ahead and show you the other material instances I made. It's the key materials that I showed off in the last video, but I renamed them. That's the master key material, and then I made a, a blue material instance, a green one, a red one, and a white one for the different keys, and I applied that to the keys, different keys. That's red. This one in here is also red, but I'm gonna make the one in there the white one real quick. I'll just go and fix that later. But I'll go and show that I switched up the blueprint for it a little bit. It was a little too long for my liking, so I just made 4 different ones for the different keys because I only have 3 keys in my game, but I made another one down here since I have 4 material instances, just in case if I wanted to switch one. Let's switch this one up here. That's okay, I see. So yeah, it's the same blueprint that I showed in the last video, just not as many options because I don't need that many right now. So I reduced that, and then I'll switch that to 0 so I get that white outline material there. There we go. So those are the materials. I'll do a quick overview of the materials I did last video too. Um, I got this decal right here. I'm gonna add that around a bit more. And I made my Niagara system last video and I saved, but for some reason it didn't actually save the Niagara system, so I'm gonna remake that. It's gonna be the exact same. I'll do a quick overview of that again once I fix that. But next I'll probably add the ability to do damage and kill the enemies in the game, so that can make my game a bit more playable. Okay, I just got done adding the ability to kill the enemies. Now, I spent quite a bit of time trying to figure it out because I've had the ability to do it for a while, but for some reason the line trace that I had for my gun, my right in here, I made it just apply damage, and I made the on hit actor do damage, and I set it to 20. So I did that. I changed that. I set the base damage to 20 and just added that off the line trace here. But after I did that, it was still going through, and I already had all this set up from previous videos. So I was really confused on why the line trace was seeming to go through my character actor that I had for the enemy blueprint. So what I found out is you have to actually click on them, and you need to change the collision presets to block all. They were at pawn, so they need to be at block all. And then now I can demonstrate how it works. I still have the debug on. Hit him 5 times, destroys actor. Eventually I will add like a anim montage after death, like a death animation. And but that will probably be added in later videos. So now I'm probably going to get on to adding this box collision, making a widget. So once you complete the level, you can continue on with the game or you can quit the game, kind of similar to my pause screen. So I'll be back whenever I complete that part. Okay, so last update, I fixed the particle system that I showed off in the last video. So that's basically the same. I did make them move a little bit slower just because they were moving a little bit fast for how I liked it. They looked like they were kind of more like fireflies and particles, so I don't want that to be moving too fast. I might decrease the size of them too, just so they're a little bit smaller. But yeah, so that's fixed. And I I've made a widget. So I made a widget where whenever you enter a box collision, you can have a pause menu where you can either go to next level or quit the game. And I added this little bit here onto the level. Here, I'll play from here. So that's like the last door. You get through here, and you start walking down. You see stairs, you see that door, and then you enter box collision, and you can go to the next level or quit. This is very basic widget. I will be expanding upon this at some point, adding like an actual screen and more options that like maybe show you how many keys you've collected, enemies you've killed, and stuff like that. But this is the beginnings of what this is going to be. And as you can see, you click, you go next level. So that is pretty nice. Here I can show you that in materials down. Okay, and widgets, yeah. So I made a level completion screen. Made it here. I blurred it. Just made some buttons, and then I made the buttons here that the added a quit game as well once you complete the get to the end and you enter that collision box and then on clicked that button you can go to the next level by name. So that's pretty simple stuff there. And I can show you that Niagara system I made just real quick just because I changed it a little bit. I mean, it's basically the same like as last video, but it has changed a little bit. So that's the materials, Niagara, and all I did was I made the box size where they can spawn a little bit bigger. The box size is 500 by 500. Click that one off. So that's that one, and I made the might make the particle size itself a little bit smaller. They move a little bit slower. I had their movement set to, I believe it was like 5 speed on the velocity. Yeah, it was the vector scale and velocity. I had it set to 5. I put it down to 3, so it moves a little bit slower. And I think that looks overall better. So that's basically the video. I got my materials fixed. I fixed the particle system that didn't save. I got the key instance materials, able to change materials and created their instances here. And I got the decal blood system going on over here. I will say you can't really see it all that well in this, but whenever your flashlight gets on it, you can see it. So I think it looks pretty good. And most importantly, I got it to where you can actually kill the enemies now. So you can actually kill your enemies now. So that's big. So I guess the next steps I'm gonna take are just making it to where you can die and respawn over in probably this room since the level's not very big. So I'm gonna have to make a respawn system. I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to revamp the health system a little bit to where you can either regen health after a certain period or like have health pickups. I'm not sure what I want to do with that quite yet. And I want to also add animations for when the monsters die instead of just disappearing from the destroy actor I got going on for whenever their health hits 0. So I'll just probably add a plane and montage on that whenever their health hits 0, and then they'll fall over, kill over, and then maybe their bodies will fade over time. And just spruce up the level a little bit. And the next big mechanic I also need to add is a file or note pickup system to where you can read the story I have in the works for this game. And I did also I've been calling this action horror for just a standing name, but I did decide to call this project the Festering, which I think is it's an okay name. I might change it, may or may not, but that's the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoy the progress on my game, and hopefully I can continue to improve my skills and make this better.